Hi everybody, welcome to M3 Online. I'm Nick, and this is a 25-minute all levels go-to flow. We're gonna start at the back of your mat in child's pose, please. So bring your big toes to touch. You can have your knees together or apart, whatever feels good for you today. Maybe reach your arms forward and surrender your heart towards the ground. Maybe create a little firmness in your hands, pushing back to bring your hip creases further back. Take a few cleansing breaths, eventually initiating Ujjayi pranayama, the constriction in the back of your throat. Deep breath in, long breath out. One more time, deep breath in, long breath out. And tone your belly, find Ujjayi. Your inhale, roll forward into cat pose, pushing into the ground, rounding your spine, really lengthening your tailbone under you. And then push back to child's pose. So that I can come forward, right into cat pose, tucking your chin, toning your abdomen towards the sky. Push your hands into the ground. And then back to child's pose. And come back forward, cat pose. And this time, round into cow, arching your spine, dropping your belly, drop your chest, look up, and slide your shoulder blades back. And hold that for a moment. And begin to push more down into the finger pads of your hands and claw your heart through the gateway of your shoulders. And then into cat. And go back and forth between those two, and then start to take movements that might feel nice for you. You can take some side bends, barrel roll the chest a little bit, just getting into the spine. Walk your hands more forward, and find downward facing dog. And here, let's find a nice strong down dog. So separate your feet about mat width distance apart. And then bend your knees a lot. Now push strongly into your hands. And send your hip creases back. And tone your inner thighs by squeezing your knees isometrically towards one another. And then push your hips back. Take an inhale. Then exhale, straighten your legs, drive your heels towards the ground, and bring your feet more back to neutral, but keep the length in your spine. Take an inhale. Long, slow exhale. And inhale, begin to walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. And just hang out there for a moment. Take any forward fold that would feel nice for you. You can grab opposite elbows, interlace your hands behind your back, which is what I'm going to do. Interlace your hands behind your neck, whatever feels good. And try it on. And tone your thigh muscles, lift your kneecaps up, lift your hip creases towards the sky. And tone your belly, heart reaches towards your feet. If you have a clasp of your hands, switch the clasp. If your hands are bound, slowly surrender them to the ground. Bend your knees and slowly roll up to stand. Bring your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Lift your sternum up towards your thumbs. Soften your shoulders. Let your eyes fall shut for a moment and just take a moment to connect with your body in this moment, wherever you are, whatever environment you may be in. Take a moment to take it all in. There's no right or wrong place to move your body and to connect with your breath and to connect with your deeper self. So maybe channeling the tenets of karma yoga from, as Krishna explains it in the Gita, let action happen, but surrender the results for the rest of the time we're together. Let the action just be about the action. Be present with the action and not what's coming after. And take a deep breath in. And let it go. Now start to draw your awareness more in towards your body, towards the center of your chest, towards everything underneath. And try to cement that connection with your breath. We'll take a few rounds of Sun Salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And exhale, bend your knees, hands touch the ground, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, arch your back, reach your heart forward. And exhale, plant your hands and step to plank pose. Take an inhale in plank. Lower your knees for this one, tone your tailbone in, shift your heart forward, bend your elbows, chaturanga, knee down. And inhale for a cobra, surrendering your hips, reach your heart up. And exhale, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. And this is always a way that you can take down dog. Again, try to find that length in the hip creases, really lengthening back. Push your thighs towards the back of your mat. Tone your arms, and tone your inner elbows towards one another. Take an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. And inhale, step your right foot, then your left foot to meet. Lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reach all the way up, look up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, step back to plank. Take an inhale in plank, option to lower your knees or shift your heart forward. Bend your elbows over your wrists. Look at your elbows as you bend them. Roll your shoulder blades on your back. Hold your chaturanga for a full breath. Breathe in. Shoulder blades stay back. Breathe out. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes. Push into the tops of the feet. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And this idea of connecting with action, being within the action and surrendering the results. It is a key into the gateway of being more free, being less bound by what's coming next. Lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step your left foot this time, then your right foot to meet, flat back. And exhale, fold your heart towards your knees. Ardha and Uttanasana. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale your hands to heart center and pause there for a moment. Just after 2 rounds of Sun Salutations, just note if your body and breath are connecting differently. This is while I'll tie my shirt because it keeps coming down. I'm supposed to be connecting with myself, not with my clothing. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Sink your hips back until your hands can touch the ground easily. Now, grip the ground with your toe pads. Lift the inner arches of your feet. Let that energy travel up through the inner thighs. And then engage your glutes. Lengthen your tailbone back. Keep your thighs at this step, but bring your arms up. Stretch your heart up. Kapotasana, chair pose. Really pull your lowest ribs in towards your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Push back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up immediately. It's a little bit different today. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee. And inhale, come up for Anjaneyasana, reach up. And really kind of find some buoyancy in your hips here. And try to push down through your back foot and then squeeze your front foot towards your back knee. So this kind of squeezing underneath action. Tone your left hip forward. Squeeze your right hip in. Lift your chest up. Reach your arms up. Palms face one another. And take an inhale. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. Open your heart. And exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, step to plank. And exhale through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Push back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. And exhale, step it through, lower your right knee. Inhale, reach up, Anjaneyasana. Again, find a little bit of buoyancy. Tone right hip forward, push down through right foot. Squeeze left heel back. Tone left hip in. Chest up, arms up, stretch. Think about going longer from your waistline through your middle finger. Everything goes up. Take an inhale, maybe a little bit of a heart opener. Exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your back toes, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Upward facing dog, inhale. And push back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Try to find that long spine. Prioritize that over the legs. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Look, and maybe take a little bit of a hop forward to a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, sink your hips back, Kapotasana. Again, feet hip width distance apart for this one. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Get those thighs working. And stand, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or option to hop back through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, burst your heart through. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Stay there for a moment. And think about your right thigh. Lift it up towards the sky. And then squeeze your right heel more towards your glutes so your hamstrings are active. And then drive your left heel down. Push your hands down. Take an inhale. And exhale, swing your foot all the way through. Back foot grounds at about 90 degrees. And inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana II, Warrior II. And line your front heel up with about your back arch or wherever else your legs feel strong. And tone your left outer foot down, left outer hip active, right outer hip active. The right inner thigh lengthens forward, the right outer thigh pulls back. And then sink your hips, lift your chest, look over your front middle finger. Virabhadrasana II. Take an inhale and sink in for the exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, tone your right inner thigh forward, reach forward, reach forward. Place your right hand on a shin on a prop on the ground, and then reach your left arm up for Trikonasana triangle pose. Deep breath in. And tone both of your thighs. Exhale. Breathe in. Grow long through both side waists. Breathe out. Inhale, come right into reverse warrior. So bend into your knee, reach your arms back. Exhale, pinwheel your hands down. Step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. And push back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. And exhale, bend your knee, open your hip again. Now, everything making contact with the ground, so your two hands and your one foot push down through it. And then think about your left thigh, lift it up, and then get your left heel closer to your glute. Open that hip. Take a breath in. And exhale, swing your leg through, back foot grounds. Warrior II, inhale, come right on up. And find that activation. So both outer edges of the feet peel down. The inner edges of the feet peel up. Both outer hips active. Tailbone lengthens down. Low ribs pull up and then towards one another. Arms are strong. Breathe in. Stay, breathe out. You got one more breath here. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Tone that thigh muscle. And exhale, start to reach forward. Place the left hand wherever feels comfortable for you. Reach your right arm up. This side may be different. I like to think about pushing my hips towards the opposite direction of the mat. So which way my chest is opening. That gets them a little bit more active. Isometrically squeeze your heels together. You might feel a deeper stretch in your front left thigh, hamstrings. Breathe in. Stay there, breathe out. Right into reverse warrior. Inhale, come up. And exhale, pinwheel your hands down. Take your vinyasa. Or skip it, whatever feels right for you today. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop, flat back, top of your mat. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your right knee to your chest. Exhale, hamstring curl. Pull the right knee back, start to lean forward. Keep your hamstring curl and keep leaning forward like you were going into warrior two. Then think about this thigh, pull it up, but point it down. Then stretch the leg back. There you go. Hands can remain in prayer. You can reach them forward, whatever feels right for you. Breathe in. Breathe out. And listen carefully. Bend a lot into your left knee so that you can softly plant your right foot at the back of your mat and then reach your arms up. Ashta Chandrasana, Crescent Warrior. You're welcome to adjust your stance if you need to. Think more about railroad ties, less about a balance beam. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, open up, warrior two. And now right through it, exhale, straighten your leg. Inhale, reach forward, triangle pose. And exhale, stay. And inhale right into reverse warrior. And exhale, pinwheel your hands down, vinyasa. Upward facing dog, inhale. And push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, immediately lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Get to the top of the mat the way you want, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left knee lifts, inhale. Exhale, hamstring curl. Start to pull it back and lean forward. And keep that hamstring curl. Think about pulling the thigh up towards the sky first, really get all of that hip active, and then tone the thigh down as you stretch the leg back. Reach your heart in the opposite direction, so there's almost like someone's holding your shoulders and ankle, and you're playing tug of war. So really find length. Take a breath in. Stay for your exhale. Bend into that right knee nice and slow. Plant your back foot. Reach up. Ashta Chandrasana, Crescent Lunge. And find that similar action of squeezing your feet towards one another. Outer hips in. Left hip forward, chest up. Take an inhale. Exhale right into warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach it forward. Find triangle pose for your inhale. And then stay there for your exhale. And inhale, reverse your warrior right into it. And exhale, vinyasa right through. Upward facing dog, inhale. And push back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, wave your spine forward to plank. And hold your plank for a moment. And kind of organize the shape. So squeeze your hands down into the mat. Then imagine you were pulling the mat apart, like you were trying to get it to be wider, and then pull your hands down as well. So out and down. You might start to shake. Biceps turn forward, shoulder blades slide back, tailbone firms in, thighs active, heels squeeze back as your toes squeeze forward. That almost immediately makes me shake. Take an inhale. Stay here for your exhale. One more breath in. Got to get your plank in. Exhale, bend your knees, place them to the ground, slowly come down. To release your hands right behind your back. Bring your forehead to the mat. I'll opt out because I have my mic placed. And first, bend your elbows and squeeze them towards the sky. And feel that activation in between your shoulders. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lengthen both legs one at a time out of their sockets. Now, push your feet down so that your kneecaps lift, and then tone your kneecaps towards the ground. Push your pubic bone down. Keep your feet on the ground. Start to straighten your arms. Let that lift your chest up. Lift your navel up away from the mat. Pull your low ribs in. And have a nice neutral neck, a little bit of a tuck to the chin. And keep pushing your feet down. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly come down. Shake your hips from side to side. Switch to the cross of your fingertips. Again, make a fist at your tailbone. Squeeze your elbows up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slide them down. Push your feet down. Point your kneecaps down. Tailbone firms in as the pubic bone pushes down. Come back up. Straighten the arms. Now you have the option to lift your feet if you like. Bound locust. Keep trying to, don't let the feet sickle in. Try to turn the inner thighs up as the kneecaps push down. Get that a little bit of internal rotation in your hip. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, slowly come back down. Bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and find your way to the top of your mat, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. That last flow, a little bit quicker. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, start to lean forward. Inhale, warrior three, stretch back. Exhale, land the foot. Inhale, reach up, Ashta Chandrasana. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, reach. Inhale, triangle pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come back up, reverse your warrior. And exhale, pinwheel your hands down. Take your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Push back, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, exhale. Find the way to the top of your mat, inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, left knee up. Exhale, hinge and reach. Warrior three, leg, inhale, stretch it back. And exhale, nice and soft, land the foot. Inhale, Ashta Chandrasana, reach it up, chest lifts. Exhale, ground down the back foot, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, tone the thigh. Exhale, lean, place the hand. Trikonasana for the full breath cycle, inhale. Stay there for the exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior right into it. Outer foot grounds down still. Exhale, right through it. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog, inhale. And push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. And exhale, bring your right shin behind your wrists. Place it to the ground. Bring your right knee a little bit out of your right wrist. Bring your right foot in line with your left hip point. And place the top of your foot down. Tone your right hip back, lift your chest. You can tent your fingertips up. We're gonna take a few bows. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, fold. Elbows bend. Pigeon push-ups. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Maybe reaching the heart a little bit further. As you reach it further, tone your right thigh back. One more. Inhale, lift up. Back bend here. Exhale, fold. Hold that for a moment. You can come to your forearms. You can come to a prop. If you want a little bit of stretch in your front left thigh, activate your left glutes a lot. Take an inhale. Fold in for the exhale. Inhale, slowly come back up. Just here a moment, quick flow. Look over your left shoulder. Take a little bit of a quad stretch. So you're welcome to stay here or hamstring curl that left leg just like you did in two other poses. And place your right hand on your right knee if that feels comfortable. And reach back with your left hand for your left inner foot. Now, you can stay there or you can pull the heel towards your outer hip. And once you have a good firm grasp, tone your chest and shoulder forward. Then really engage that left glute. Stretch the front of that quad. And take an inhale, lift your sternum. And sink in for the exhale. And slow release. Hands touch the ground, tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Downward facing dog, stretch that hip out maybe. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, left shin across the mat. Again, bring your left knee a little bit wider than your left wrist. Bring your left ankle in line with your right hip. Now, tone your right hip point back. So pull your right hip crease back and imagine there was like a tennis ball right there. Try to create some space in that hip. Tense your fingertips up. Inhale, back bend a little bit. And exhale, bend the elbows, pigeon push-ups. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reach the heart forward. Inhale up. And exhale, bend. One more. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Maybe stay here Come to a prop, forearms, whatever feels right for you. And again, you can engage that right glute to get more of that front inner thigh stretch, but do tone that outer thigh down. Left thigh tones back. And clamp your knees nice and closed, especially the left one. You'll feel the tendons around the knee joint engage. That's what you want. Breathe in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, slowly come back up. And again, you can stay here, or you can bring the left hand to the left thigh, lift your chest up, look over your right shoulder, hamstring curl first. So find that hamstring curl. Then bring your hand to the inside of the foot and start to pull the foot to the outside edge of your right hip. And then tone everything forward. Engage your right glutes. Stretch the front of that quad. Get a little bit of rectus femoris stretch, lengthen your tailbone down. That'll really increase it. Take an inhale and stay for your exhale. Nice and slowly release. Hands down. Downward facing dog, shake that hip out. Bring your foot down. One more vinyasa together. So inhale, bend your knees and just kind of find this wave-like motion. So almost like you're kicking off of your feet. Let that help wave your spine forward to plank. So kick off and wave forward through like that cat stretch. And then reach the heart forward as the toes tip. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing reach. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees, cross your ankles, and roll back to a seat. And reach your left leg forward, bring your right foot to the left inner thigh. And inhale, lift your chest. And start to pull your sitting bones back. I like to actually pull the flesh of my glutes away from my sitting bone. It creates a little bit more safety. Inhale, lift your chest again. Exhale, fold forward. Janu Sirsasana A. You can take a bind if you like and grab the foot. You can release, but do, again, tone your kneecap up. Inhale, fold more on the exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, slowly come up. Bring your right hand behind the right hip. If you've taken my classes, you know where we're going. I only use this pose so we can go into this pose. And think flash dance. You're going to lift your hips up and sweep your left arm back. And you really want to do it super dramatic. Let go of the result. Stay in the action on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. Reach the heart up. Slowly come back down. Reach your right leg forward. Bring your left foot to the right inner thigh. Again, tone your heart forward. Move the flesh of your glutes away. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold. Keep turning your left ribs down. Nice slow breaths. Inhale. Fold in on the exhale. Inhale, slowly come back up. Left hand behind left hip. On the count of 3, we do it. We're going to flash dance. Own it. 1, 2, 3. Lift, reach, heart up. Slowly come back down. Bring both feet on the mat, knees tent. And just round over your shins for a moment. Maybe rock back and forth. And slowly come forward with your hips. Bring your feet together, let your knees fall open, bring your spine down to the ground. And stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment. And let the legs fall into the weight of gravity. Maybe bring your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your belly. So the inner thighs can just stretch open naturally. Try to let go of gripping in the inner thighs. That's what I tend to do, is my muscles will clamp down. This is the stretch reflex, and that's okay. But for a moment, attempt to let it go. For a moment, be in this action of just sitting still. Sometimes no action is the right action. I need that lesson almost every day. But as Krishna tells Arjuna, we are not We are not gifted the fruits of our labor. That's not what this is about. The fruits of the labor we are to let go of. It's not about the result. It's about the journey. It's about being within the action. So let that happen right here. If this is a comfortable position for you, you can stay. Otherwise, toe heel your feet apart for a moment until you don't feel any stretch in the inner thigh, and then bring the knees up. Maybe slide them forward for Shavasana. You can have your arms out by your sides or overhead. That's how I like it. Let the weight of your body be received by the earth, be received by gravity, gravity's cradle. This is a place for you to cultivate the action of no action. Stay here for as long as you like. And let your body rest. Let go of the results of anything that happens after this moment. And just be. The light in me honors a very beautiful light in each of you. Namaste.